Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another Dead Mall feature. This time, we take a walk through the troubled Phillipsburg Mall in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, the easternmost reaches of the Lehigh Valley region, consisting of Phillipsburg, Easton, Bethlehem, and Allentown. Phillipsburg Mall was opened on September 24, 1989, built by Crown American of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Its 800,000 square feet consisted of around 100 shops, a food court named The Grove, and anchors Sears, Kmart, and Hess's department store. The Kmart space was originally optioned for Bradley's, but they were terminated from their lease early on due to that company's ongoing struggles. Hess's was the chain's first store in New Jersey, and the mall served large portions of western New Jersey that went without a major shopping option until then. JCPenney joined the complex on March 7, 1990. A fifth anchor was planned, but ultimately never came to fruition. The mall's early days were impeded by a lack of store occupancy. By the time the first year was complete, the mall was only half occupied. Still, management and tenants were hopeful of a turnaround, and by the mid-90s the mall was doing quite well for itself. The first major change to the mall was in the form of Hess's. The mall's owners, Crown American, had owned Hess's since 1979, expanding the chain and adding it as a charter tenant to all of its properties. However, by the early 90s, sales were dragging and hurting Crown American's bottom line. Of the 30 remaining stores by that point, the majority were sold to the Bon-Ton, while the rest were handed off to the May Department Store Company. Phillipsburg's location fell into the Bon-Ton's lineup, and they moved in by 1994. Crown American were in talks to expand the mall with another anchor as the 90s drew to a close. Kaufmann's was the rumored anchor tenant, but it never came to be. A scaled-back renovation occurred instead, with the planters and fountains removed throughout, giving the mall a more open feel. H&M took the space of the mall's food court in 2001. The next change to the anchor lineup occurred May 27, 2002, with the closure of Kmart. Kohl's would take the space 2 years later, opening in April. A little over a year later, in May of 2003, Crown American's entire portfolio of 26 malls was bought by the Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust, or PREIT, at the cost of $1.2 billion. The deal was finalized in November of that year. The mall continued to be prosperous throughout the 2000s. Newer shopping developments popped up nearby to supplement the mall. It wasn't until 2012, when PREIT was in talks to sell the mall, that tenants started to leave. And the sale was an inevitability. PREIT unloaded Phillipsburg Mall to Mason Asset Management on January 1, 2013 for $11.5 million. In 2014, JCPenney announced their closure at the mall. The store went dark in May, and remained so until 2016, when Black Rose Antiques took up the space. The mall continued to hemorrhage small tenants. 2018 saw the double punch of Sears and the Bon-Ton closing down in January and April respectively, and the future of the mall was in serious doubt by this point. Only a handful of stores and Kohl's remained. The structural integrity of the mall was also called into question when a portion of the Sears building saw its roof collapse after a heavy rainstorm. Calls to Mason Asset Management went unanswered as to how they planned to turn the property around. Their only activity on the site was to demolish both the Sears and the Bon-Ton buildings to jumpstart redevelopment talks, but this never happened. By the beginning of 2020, eviction notices were handed out to all remaining tenants. By March, the last one will shut down, leaving just Kohl's, which owns their building outright. As for the rest of the mall, it will sit until the wrecking ball takes care of the rest. Rumors of a warehouse being built on site are in talks with the town, but no action has been taken as of this writing. Thank you all for watching. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also be sure to click that notification bell to never miss a video. If you'd like to join in on the Dead Mall discussion and talk with other like-minded people who have an appreciation for these neglected properties, be sure to check out the Dead Mall Discord. It's free to use, and there is also an app for the phone if you'd prefer. There is an invite link in the description below. Please feel free to check it out. Also, be sure to continue to check our Instagram and Facebook pages for continuing updates. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.